I've been seeing uproars all day on this. Okay. Everybody seems to be going nuts over the fact that OnlyFans is banning sex workers. So, my take on this is, as I read through the article at first, what I was first reading is that they were going to ban some pretty explicit stuff. It was like they were saying they were going to ban like genital mutilation, simulated rape, even child trafficking stuff, scat porn, stuff like that. And honestly, I was on board. I was like, hey, you know what? That's valid. I don't think that we should be putting that out there in the sphere anyways, so I was definitely on board with, that as a means to kind of police what's happening out there in OnlyFans world. However, as I read more into what was going on, it looks like they're actually getting rid of all of their sex workers. They're banning all their sex workers as of October. So that's right around the corner. A lot of these people really depend on their ability to generate income on this. That being said, that's going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people. The other side to that is, they say they're doing this to stop exploitation or to, prevent exploitation. A lot of it has to do with the banks and the payment processors as well, not wanting to process the payments. Having worked for a major payment processor before, these rules have been in place for them for years. This is nothing new. As a matter of fact, I remember working with a department rather that actually vetted some of these accounts that we had to shut down because of doing things like streaming pornography or escort services. So the question to me is it really OnlyFans doing this because this is what OnlyFans wants to do, or is OnlyFans doing this because, they're looking at their business model and they're understanding if they can't process payments, not only are they not getting paid, but nobody else is getting paid either, right? So what good does it do for them to maintain an infrastructure where not only can they not make money, but also the people who are relying on them to provide for the payment processing, they can't make money either. Now, to that end, I think it's horrible. I think it's a bad business model. OnlyFans is and has been for a lot of years for one thing, and that's pornography. However you want to slice it, that's what it seems is the most prevalent. That's where the money comes from for OnlyFans. And, now that OnlyFans got what they wanted, they've built their platform up. They built their platform up on the backs of sex workers, and now they're going to turn their backs on them. I see an alternative solution here. Why can't they do like what it looks like Pornhub has done and just verify these individuals? Make sure that these people are actually who they say they are, and what they're doing is with the consent of that individual. Make sure they're of age, put them through a certain verification check. And if they pass the check, let them keep doing it. But I think to rip the carpet out from under these sex workers is wrong. This is their living. And I'm not even going to touch on the morality of it. There's several people that do all sorts of different things. I personally find bankers that fund oil pipelines much more morally averse than I do somebody streaming, them enjoying themselves that way. There's a lot more for us to be worried about. The sad thing is that we have a society that's fixated on this puritanical idea of what, sex should be. And the truth is, it's nobody's business. If somebody wants to pay for sex and the other person wants to receive money for sex, that's on them. That's up to them. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. And it shouldn't have anything to do with our government or anything else for that matter. If I had it my way, I think sex work should be regulated and taxed just like any other business. Let's see what we got here. It's not fair to ruin someone's livelihood based on others' morality. We all make choices. One choice is not watching. I 100% agree with you there. Nobody is making these people watch this. Nobody's forcing them into viewing this material. And if they are, that's not something that OnlyFans is doing, and that's certainly not something that the sex workers that work for OnlyFans is doing. So, as to whether or not, they should even be engaging in this, the simple fact is OnlyFans doesn't have a choice. So we can't look at them as the demon in the situation, right? Because they're doing what they have to do for their business to succeed. However, they could have looked for other options. I don't foresee them lasting very much longer if they don't continue to facilitate the work that sex workers do on their site. I do know that they just opened up a new stream called OnlyFans TV that's supposed to actually create I guess it's supposed to be a more vanilla version that they don't want any porn on that. Maybe that's another part of the reason they're doing this. They're trying to change their brand image. But I have yet to see any successful, what I'll call, porn facilitation or porn company be able to turn it on its head and become a wholesome, family entertainment company. It's just not going to happen. It's not a thing. So when I see that, I got to laugh to myself a little bit about what society is doing right now, right? We get up in arms about bullshit. Okay. And, these bankers, they're looking for an opportunity to cut and carve and dictate media to people. I think that's a big part of it. Another big part of it is they don't want to be held culpable either if there's some scandalous shit going on, and I agree with that. We don't want child trafficking in porn. I think that's horrible. It's reprehensible. But, if they're consenting adults and it's consenting adults watching, it's your dime, man, if that's what you want to spend your money on. Yeah, Efren makes a great point. It may have empowered women, to do away with pimps. There's no reason to need that security, right? Because everything you're doing is in the confines of a controlled environment that they very much have control over. So I would 100% agree with that sentiment.